Hello guys! So this video is gonna be a December wrap-up and a January TBR. So, first, the first book I read in December was The Storm Crow by Kaylin Josephson. This is the book. It has actually 387 pages. So yeah, it's a duology. It's about a girl who is a princess of a world. It's a fantasy, so that's it. And this world there is some crows, and they are crow rider. And in this book, the big bad, the villain, is killing the crow. So the villain is actually killing the crow, and they are the only thing that can make the kingdom alive. So they're trying to kill this bad guy since they're the bad guy. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It's my first December read, and it's a YA book, and I cannot believe how nobody's talking about it. It's really a good book. It has great world building and a romance in it. It has a cocky prince. I love it, and she's really a strong female character, a female lead, and I love this kind of character as main character. Obviously, there's LGBTQ plus representation, which her best friend is actually a lesbian. So it's really nice. There is a lot of new things and things I did not see in other books. And the world building is actually really great, and it's written very very nicely. We can see the difference between the kingdoms, which is actually the Crow Kingdom, the kingdom about it's like houses in Harry Potter or faction in the Divergent, but it's actually kingdom. So yeah, it's really nice how she wrote something and so meticulously. So yeah, it's great. The next thing I read was The Crow Rider, which is actually the finale and the second one in the Storm Crow duology. It's actually the end of the first one. It's really great. It's a really nice ending for this duology. I think a duology is really the thing she did the best. Since if it was a trilogy, I don't know if she would have enough thing to put into another book, and maybe the middle one, the second one, would have a middle syndrome book, which is the second book is nothing. It's just tension and building tension for the third one, which is really not that great. I don't like when a trilogy does that. So yeah, duology was really a nice thing. I like the character arc that Tia had, which is the main character. I like the one where the villain, the character arc, where you can see why the villain did that, and how, and it's really great. I would recommend it to it's YA, so younger, teenager or younger adult. Yeah, it's really good. I liked it a lot. The third book was Six Crimson Crane. I really liked that book. I loved it. I read it in 3 days. It's amazing how it's wow. It was almost perfect for me, since you cannot be perfect. Hello. Yep. It's editing Anna. I forgot to, I don't know, talk about Six Crimson Crane. So yeah. So yeah, this book is about like a girl who gets cursed by her stepmom and her 6 brother too, and they become her brother become cranes, and she likes become mute, and she has a ball on her head, so they cannot like recognize, nobody can recognize her. So it's a really great book. I liked it a lot, and it's like gave me Cinderella-ish vibes in the beginning, but they like Elizabeth Lim completely like made it her own in this kind of way, and it's incredible. I cannot recommend it enough to anyone. It's really great. I liked it a lot, and yeah, I think that it is. It's inspired by a, I don't know, East Asian mythology thing-ish. I really am bad with this, but it's really great. I liked it a lot, and there is a second book coming out, like in June, I think so. I cannot wait. It's really good. I like it. And that's it. I'm sorry about this like thing, but I think my camera just cut it off. Like, oh, 5 minutes. It's done. No big. So yeah. There is a love triangle-ish. There's love included. There is dragon, which we love. The world building is actually so amazing. It's so great. I like it a lot. It's fantasy. I would categorize it in like new adult, maybe. Not kind of YA. It's not kind. New adult maybe, or like older YA. Yeah, I like the relationship she had with her brother. It made me think a lot about my relationship with my siblings, and so it's great since in books a lot of other like I think don't have siblings, so we can see it in the relationship they put between their siblings in their book. Oh, so yeah, I think that is all. So back with the regular programming of Anaoups talking about her December wrap-up. Goodbye. And the last book I read in December was Once and Future by Amy Rose Carpenter and Corey McCarthy, which is a James Patterson present book. Yeah, this book was not what I think it was. Yeah, it's more of a it's a Arthurian like retelling. Yeah, it's an Arthurian retelling, which is about King Arthur and Excalibur and Merlin, but like in space. I should have known by the cover, which was like sci-fi-ish, but I do not like sci-fi-ish book that much. I find it like I like fantasy more, where it's not our world in the future. It's entirely a new world, but in this book it's actually our world, but like in the future, like really in the future, where we are in space, and there is a big bad company that has everything, and it's like Amazon-ish, but like it's really the Mercer company is really the big bad guy in it. Yeah, and Harry, it's Arthur. It's the first one. It's the first girl to be like King Arthur descendant, I think, and she tries to get rid of this company in this book. It was really slow. I really thought it was a kind of like, oh, I was reading it and oh, it's almost the end. Like she almost was trapped or whatever. She almost like she died like 4 or 5 times, which I accustomed to, since I watch Supernatural and I know they die like 18 million times in this TV show, so I was like, well, she died, I don't know. But it's like a repetition. And I didn't like Gwen, which was Guinevere in the Arthurian style story. She was, yeah, I didn't like her. She was kind of like, they're lesbians, so Ari and Gwen is in love. But in this story, we're like put in the middle of their life. So we don't see the relationship like becoming a relationship. There are always like tension, but we do not see the tension building, which I think was a turn off for me, since I like this tension building and everything. But we do not see the end. We see like the middle of the relationship, which I was like meh. And there is a pregnancy arc in this book, which I despise. Really, I don't like pregnancy in my book, and I think this was one of the main thing that bugs me. I think as spoilerish, maybe I will put spoiler, but yeah, it's Gwen like is pregnant, and suddenly she's just, all of her like storyline is about the baby, and I do not like when they do that. It's like, oh, my baby, she's supposed to be a queen, and no, she's just now a mother, and she's supposed to be taking care of the baby, and I don't like this. So yeah, I think it was like meh, and it's like in the future, like future in the space, and they talk about like homophobia and things like that, but in a Riverdale kind of way, so it's really cringy, and you're reading and it's like really action-packful, and it's like yeah, and they just put like, oh yeah, homophobic pass. I'm like, why? It does not make sense. Why? So yeah, it's really like false activism in my opinion. It's really, I think, yeah, the other are actually lesbian, so I think they were trying to like push the conversation, but it just made in a cringy way where it's really Riverdale-ish, and I did not like that. But other than that, the story is really great. I like the story, even though it's like futuristic. Me again! Yeah! Editing Anaoups, we love her. So yeah, my camera cut off again. I don't know. She's a bitch right now. So yeah, Once and Future was like a good book, but like in a, not a great book, a good book. Like the action was nice, I liked it, the story was nice. I like King Arthur like retelling, but it's like the some little bit that bugs me, and some of the what character like said in some time, like in some type of way, or like in the middle of the battle they like French kiss every time. I'm like, the world is not stopping because you're kissing. Like, go and kill the bad guy. So yeah, I like overall the character, but like some stuff really it grind my gear. So yeah, that's why it's like in the lower hand of 3-star for me. So that's all about Once and Future, and this was my last book I read in December. So we're going to future to Pass Me, yeah, and she's talking about the January TBR. So my next read is actually Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I want to read actually the trilogy. So Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. So these are my next read. I want to read them since it's like all the hype, and I really want to like know what all the hype is about. I think I will like it. I like all fantasy kind-ish YA. So yeah, I heard about these books. These are more plot-based, Shadow and Bone, and Six of Crow and Crooked Kingdom are more like character-based, which I like more of a plot-based story. So maybe I will like Shadow and Bone more. I'm not sure, but these are in my like to be read pile. And Six of Crow and Crooked Kingdom are actually my next read in January. These are my, I don't know if I will be able to, since school is starting in like the 20th. So yeah, and these are actually like, I'm gonna read them in January I think, and I will be able to. So this is the end. This was my December wrap-up and my January TBR. I hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!